Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. We have Genova Discover Your New Classic Destination. Of course, this is a webinar promoted by the Italian National Tourism Board of US and Canada. We want to thank all of our attendees as usual. We have our friend from the United States, from Canada, but also from Mexico and Puerto Rico. So thank you very much once again for being with us. Now, today we're talking about beautiful, beautiful destination that I believe most people have heard of, beautiful city of Genova, but the attempt that we're going to make today into making it a proper tourism destination, because up until now most of you probably heard of it because that's where big ship from cruise lines land, but most of the times feel that Genova is the doorway to the destinations around the coast of Liguria or anywhere else in Italy. And we are going to make a strong case with a great testimonial guide who's waiting in the wings that you can see on your screen right now, about why Genova can be its own destination, why landing in Genoa, staying there, is not getting a short end of the deal, but actually it's an extraordinary experience. Now, we can see already waiting in the wing beside our two testimonials, a beautiful landscape, which once again is what we are discussing today. But before I do that, I want to set the mood right, show a beautiful video on the city of Genoa, so we get right there and then we'll talk to our testimonial. Take it from there.
Fa vedere un video di 2 minuti.
All right, here we are in beautiful Genova, and you already seen from the video already there's a lot that we need to cover right now, but I think the things that I'm very excited about, we have a really special cicerone. We have a special guide in this beautiful town, probably the most prestigious that we have so far. We have today none other than the tourism council, actually the council for the city of Genoa, for that is in charge of the business development, economic development, but also, of course, tourism of beautiful city of Genova. And this is Laura Gaggero. Ciao, Laura.
Ciao Francesco, welcome to Genova and welcome to Boccadasse, our fishing village just around the corner in the city center of Genoa.
Wow, fantastic. So this is what we see behind this. It's part of the city of Genova.
Yeah, and together with me there is Mario,
Ciao.
the president
Ciao,
of fishermen.
Oh, wow. So he's a professional fisherman. He's the president of the Association of Fishermen. Perfect. I mean, it fits perfectly. So why should we come to Genova and stay there, not just stop with our ship and just leave it? Why should we stay there?
Of course, we love people who come to Genova to have a cruise, but if you stay a couple of days, 2 or 3 days before or after your vacation with a cruise, then you can discover a hidden gem of the Mediterranean. Genoa has been for centuries, the capital, the economic capital of the Mediterranean. And so you have beautiful palaces, built in the 1600s, 1700s by the richest people in the world who lived in Genoa. And you have a good food, good climate. I mean, for us, it's summer until November, so you have to come here.
It's a 12 months of the year. And I think also to add on that, and then now we're going to touch it because you were kind enough to pre-record this beautiful walk. Yes, there are all these luxurious palaces, but also, and I think that's what is going to surprise a lot of our attendees, there's another part of Genoa that you're gonna sort of show us today through this little walk. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. It's quite picturesque, but let's go to the pre-recorded video.
Perfect. Okay. Yes. As she said, we pre-recorded this little walk where Laura is walking through Boccadasse, and she's going to walk us through. And I think there's going to be a lot of things that will be interesting to find out through this walk. Let's take a video.
Hi everybody, it's about 7 p.m. maybe the ideal time to get here to Boccadasse. I'll show you here, it is the church of Saint Antonio from Padua, which is really a picturesque church where a lot of people get married because it is just by the sea. I mean, you see here, we see sailing boats and a fantastic promenade that leads from the city center here to Boccadasse. And I'll show you some hidden corners and I'll let you get acquainted with one of the most beautiful fisherman corners in Genoa, just near the city center. You can arrive here either with a walk from the city center or taking bus number 31. Over there is the bus stop, or taking at the cruise station, the cruise terminal, the city sightseeing service, which arrives at 200 meters from here, and then you can have a stroll by the sea. So let's get to Boccadasse and meet a real fisherman, Mario Migone. So we are here near the church and we are getting to, this is the door, the portal of the church, and here we are getting to the Belvedere, Belvedere Firpo, which was a well-known writer from Genoa. And here you can see a lot of people and also the sea and this beautiful view on fishermen houses. So here we are. Let's start our trip in Boccadasse. So from the Belvedere we are getting down with this narrow alley, narrow street, which is in Genoese is called Rosa. And there is a famous song from a local writer which is called Rosa de Mar. Mar means the sea. And here we are getting to the fisherman restaurant, and over there is Mario Migone. He is my friend, so tell him Laura told you to get to eat some good fresh fish at his restaurant. So here we are. Mario! Okay, so here we are with Mario, the president of the Fisherman Association here in Boccadasse, and this is his restaurant and this wonderful view on Boccadasse. So Mario, tell us something about your activity as a fisherman here in Boccadasse and how many people work with you? Quante persone lavorano con te alla cooperativa?
32.
Oh, 32 people. But when you started
Tra pescatori, diciamo, e commercio, chi lavora in pescheria, chi lavora al ristorante, chi lavora nel chiosco.
So some of you work really on the boat and go every day to catch fish, fresh fish for the restaurant. Some of you cook the fish for everybody who's coming here. And so, but when you started, there were just 9 of you. Quando avete iniziato eravate solo in 9.
No, eravamo in 2.
No, just 2 people.
2
you
persone, io e Massimo Droghetto.
And Massimo. Sì. So Mario and
Massimo non
Massimo.
c'è più adesso, nel senso perché lui poi ha trovato un posto in terra perché voleva il posto più sicuro e adesso siamo praticamente di quei 2 lì ci sono rimasto solo io, tutti gli altri sono praticamente nuovi.
And now all of you are new people, but a lot of people who like Boccadasse and like the fisherman activities, who like to cook fish food, both for the Genoese and for tourists.
Praticamente noi abbiamo cercato di pescare, trasformarci il nostro pesce e proporlo alla gente.
So let's see where you just began. At the very beginning, this is the new part of the restaurant. There is also a room inside, but when you started, the place was much smaller than now.
Sì, diciamo che il primo che è nato è quello lì.
So,
questo qua piccolino.
And here is GE8317 is the number of the shield of the boat.
The boat.
Of the first boat, because now you have 9 boats. And this is where everything began. So you can see the church of Sant'Antonio, Boccadasse, and we've come down with Mario, where everything began. How many years ago? Quando avete iniziato?
Nel 2004.
In 2004.
2014.
No,
Scusa.
2014. So 10 years later.
Sono 6 anni.
Okay, so it's 6 years since then. And here you managed to do everything. You made a lot of work because it wasn't used as a restaurant here. Che cosa c'era prima?
Prima facevano un magazzino che era sempre chiuso, che ci facevano praticamente la lotteria alla chiesa il 13 di giugno.
It was a warehouse and the church of Sant'Antonio used it for when there was the feast of Sant'Antonio on the 13th of June. Every year on the 14th of June there is a big feast here for Sant'Antonio. And so, Mario, can you show me just a little bit nearby Boccadasse? Boccadasse means in Genoese is Bucadase, which means bocca d'asino, mouth of a donkey, because of the form.
Bocca di un fiume.
Because of the form of this village, and here you can see you can have a bath here. So if you come in the morning or in the early afternoon, you can have a bath here, and you can see already a lot of people who are here. And of course, the ideal time is about at 6:30 p.m., 7 p.m. and later, because you can have aperitivo here, and you can see already a lot of people here. And you too offer aperitivo at your restaurant.
Facciamo anche noi aperitivo di sotto.
Fried fish.
Sì, col pesce.
Mainly fried fish, and of course a glass of vermentino, which is our local wine. So everybody knows Mario here.
Il proprietario
Who is that guy?
il numero 2 della Virgin.
Oh, he works for Virgin Atlantic, for Virgin ships. Let's interview him too. So we have people with us from New York and from San Francisco.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, cool.
I'm from Miami.
Oh, so you are from Miami. What can you suggest here in Genoa to American people? I mean, Bocca d'Asse, it's a
You're
picture.
here, so this is it. This is it. This is the gem of the city. So here's where you have to be, and you have to eat at Mario. So that's the most important thing. Enjoy.
And you are in the business of shipbuilding for cruise business.
I work for Virgin Voyages. You should also take a cruise at Virgin Voyages. We're sailing from Miami next year.
Yeah, I saw your Virgin Voyage ship in the port of Genoa 2 days ago.
Yeah. So you should also sail with us. So you can come here, you go to Ibiza, you go from Barcelona, you go everywhere, and then also in Miami.
But of course, spend a couple of days, at least 2 or 3 days also in Genoa, before or after your cruise. So you can visit Bocca d'Asse and
Isn't it? It's great. And you have here the best fishing man, the best restaurant man. And his English is very, very good.
So thank you.
Thank you. You enjoy.
So let's get back to our visit of Bocca d'Asse. This is Piazza Nettuno, Square Neptune, and here you can see the typical houses of the fishermen, very colorful, like in Portofino, Santa Margherita, Camogli, and Cinque Terre. But this is just at 2 or 3 kilometers from the city center. And then let's have a stroll in the small squares here in Bocca d'Asse, where there are also typical restaurants where you can eat fantastic fish and other specialties such as trenette al pesto, focaccia, and from Genoa. Here it's aperitivo time. And so Osteria Creusa de Mar and Il Genovese, here you can taste a fantastic pesto, which is made by a guy who is not here now, but he organized the World Championship of Pesto. And here you can see this narrow street and other restaurants, typical restaurants. Everything is ready for dinner here. So here we are. Mario, you're getting back to your restaurant, but okay, so Mario waits for you in Bocca d'Asse at his restaurant. Ciao!
Ciao!
So let's get up the top of this narrow street where there is a small castle and of course a fantastic view of the sea and of Bocca d'Asse. Here lived a famous songwriter in the 60s and 70s. He wrote fantastic songs such as, if you know a little bit, oh, let's see this corner, how fantastic it is. Here you can hear the sea. Wow. So really the gem of Genova. And let's go back to the top. And I was telling you that Gino Paoli wrote a song. I can try to sing it for you. C'era una volta una gatta che aveva una macchia nera sul muso, una vecchia soffitta vicino al mare con una finestra a un passo dal cielo blu. And then it goes on, but I'm breathless. I have to go to the top. We were there, and here we are going. This is the first castle, and then there is a second one with a belvedere, which is really fantastic. Of course, people who live in these houses are really wealthy people. I think that the small flat here by the sea in Bocca d'Asse is worth the same than in Amalfi. So here you can see the sea, and this is a very romantic place, this Belvedere. And here you can see another view of Bocca d'Asse and of Sant'Antonio from Padua, the church. And of course the castle. And from here the view to the Mount of Portofino, which is just here. And the Scoglio di Quarto, which is almost here, where Giuseppe Garibaldi sailed to free Italy and unite Italy. And over there, and you can get over there either from the sea or the rocks, there is a fantastic place called Santa Chiara, where you can drink fantastic and romantic aperitivo.
Wow. Wow, Laura, this is incredible. I mean, before you say anything, I have about 100 things I want to say, especially the attendees. I think the first and foremost, honestly, it just shows the enthusiasm that you have for your beautiful city. ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about somebody who is a minister or councillor for tourism of the city of Genova and still takes the time and with that kind of passion tell the story of a beautiful city in that manner, which I think speaks volume of, you know, of the hospitality, of course, of the people of Genova, and moreover, I mean, how necessary it is for you to understand what Genova really can give. The second one is, to me, we spoke, Laura, during the sort of the rehearsal, is the fact that honestly it's very surprising to see that being part of the city of Genoa, specifically people that don't know as much as others do, and really have almost this sort of like a small village feel to it of what it is otherwise just a town, a beautiful town, but still sort of you know, a town with all the downsides that a big town has. And I mean, and the third thing is like, I don't know if you casted it, but you know, the kids are running towards you. You know, there's sort of like the little couples that you were disturbing, of course, and you know, gazing at the sea there, and none other. And we also went through it. The fact that you have somebody in the know, somebody who represents a large cruise line, American, or a large cruise line that actually lands in Genoa and decided to have, you know, has an afternoon in Boccadassa, which I think speaks to value on the fact that, you know, if they did that, it's because he knows this place very well. So thank you very much. I think it was a great walk, and I think a lot of question will come from it. Non ti sento, I can't hear you. Laura, probably you have to unmute yourself. I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. Sam, a little bit grainy. Your image is a little bit grainy. I don't know if you don't have a very strong you know, internet connection. Can you hear me now? Can you speak? Try to speak, Laura. Okay, while she's working on her connection, I cannot hear yet. Another things that I wanted to say, of course, is the presence of. Can you hear me? Can you speak?
Parla un attimo.
Perfect. Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Whatever you do, stay there. You don't seem to have a very strong connection, so stay there.
Me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm very enthusiastic of my hometown, and I'm so happy as a councillor for tourism to be in the position of speaking about my hometown, because it's really a gem in the Mediterranean. Maybe it's less well known than other cities, but it's really a gem. Of course, there is also culture, just a culture tours that can be done in the city center, just near to the cruise terminal, and you can get to visit the palaces built in the 1600s and 1700s by the wealthiest families in the world. The richest people in the world were Genoese. We invented banks. We were bankers of the of the British royal family, of France, and so on. And so our wealthiest people built the most beautiful palaces. Really, it's possible to visit them around the years, and in some cases also to overnight there. So you can really have a full experience of that.
Perfect. You have a horrible internet connection. It's very grainy. I can barely make up anything. So during the video, yes, perfect. So let's show a quick video on the beautiful palace as you mentioned, and then get a better connection. Okay, let's see the video.
Okay. Mi date la connessione?
All right. You still are kind of grainy. I don't know about the connection. I lost you for a second. So why she's reconnecting again? What you've seen is this beautiful palace that she was mentioning, which is an expression of course, how rich Genova really was in the heyday. And the other things that maybe was lost a little bit in her voice being broken, maybe I will recover it, was the fact that all these palaces, of course, can be visited, but most of them or some of them actually you can actually stay there and have your event there. So can you hear me? No, no, I cannot hear you. I cannot either see you or hear you. Laura? Hello, Laura. Can you hear me? So while Laura is working on the connection, I also wanted to expand on the fact that these beautiful palaces, as she already mentioned, besides being an expression, as I said, of the heyday of Genova, of course, are a really one-of-a-kind settings for events, Congress. The largest one she was mentioning, where the Doge was used to sort of host, I have up to 400 people sitting there. So which means we're talking about a very large event. And on top of that, as I said, some of them you can actually even sleep there and sort of really live once like a king. But I was gonna really tell Laura, and I think I can share with you first the fact that I think the contrast between the sort of this two world of this sort of lavish.
Okay,
Can you
so
hear
I
me?
should be. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well, but I cannot see you, unfortunately.
Just a minute. I'm trying to
Connect. Don't worry. Take your
share
time.
my webcam.
Perfect, absolutely. I was telling while you're doing that, I was telling to the attendees that while you were talking about the Palazzi, now we are back in the
You
21st
can
century.
hear
I
and
can see
see
you
us.
well. I can see you. I can see the gentleman with the red
I
apron.
can
Of course, now
I can see my
I can see you perfectly. So don't do anything. Move a muscle. Don't.
so
Hello,
don't
ciao.
guide me because my image is freezed.
Doesn't matter.
Uh,
I see you very well. I see you well. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm here with Mario and with Roberto. Roberto Panizza is the organizer of the Pastel Championship, the World Pastel Championship. So he travels abroad with the mortar and selects people who try to prepare with the mortar pesto, and the best one are invited to come to Genova every 2 years for the final of the championship.
Wow. Well,
Yeah,
as I mentioned, probably the gentleman knows pesto is extremely popular in the United States, but I think a lot of needs to be explained today what real pesto tastes like or looks like. Because I was telling before to Laura that the only sound associated with pesto it's a can that opens in the United States, because that's how we get pesto. But I feel that you have something to say about quality of
uh,
pesto, how the pesto should taste like, how it's really made, and all that. So we are eager to
yeah.
hear.
Maybe let's ask Roberto.
Oh, it's in January, in the end of January, are being in Columbus, Ohio, to
Ah,
make a World Championship.
in Columbus,
How?
Ohio, of all places.
Sorry?
You're gonna have this championship in Columbus, Ohio?
Yes, because we go around the world to learn the traditional recipe and to prepare the finalists for the final in Genova. And the World Pesto Championship, we compete every 2 years, but in the 2 years we go around the world to organize the selection.
So you're telling me that there are people in Columbus, Ohio, who knows how to make real pesto?
Yes. And we
Perfect.
have a competitor who come in Genova next time for the next World Pesto Championship.
Fantastic. So tell me more, like, like I never tasted really what the real good pesto should taste like. Because as I said before, pesto, it's one of those things that now the name it's slapped a lot of stuff that looks kind of like pesto but tastes so different. So if you have to explain to somebody who never tasted pesto before, which is probably like two people in the world, but what it should taste like to be a good pesto?
pesto is a very simple recipe, but it's very difficult to have a great pesto because it's not easy to try the right ingredients. And or the right ingredients, especially basil, are you can taste only in Genova. This is important because it makes the difference. And the tradition, I can say you the traditional recipe.
Yeah.
Because we need good basil, sweet, small leaf, and you can put also in extra virgin Ligurian olive oil, light oil, not strong in flavor, and Parmigiano Reggiano, and pecorino from Sardinia, cheese, pecorino cheese, and pine nuts, not other nuts, possible, and salt. And we have these simple ingredients. You can make a great paste.
So
But
yeah, go ahead.
ingredients represent our terroir. I would like to say I'm also sommelier, so I use this word because it describes the flavor, also the culture of our city. I mean, it's a traditional sauce, pesto. Everybody prepares pesto for with trenette or with other kinds of pasta, pasta shapes, and it really expresses the smell, the taste, the flavor of our city, and it reminds you of Genova, of the Mediterranean atmosphere, or also of your vacation if you come here for holiday.
Of course, it stays with you forever. Now, the other question I have for you: you tend to make only enough for the plate that they use in the day. It's not one of those things that you make tons of it and then you reuse it. No, pesto is
So,
better.
but you prepare just pesto you need for your pasta, not for because it's not a sauce. You have to make it fresh. I mean,
Got it.
it's best. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I saw behind you. It's called Genovese. This is the place where people can come and taste your pesto. So it's your Rido. Was that a restaurant? Because at first, honestly, from the little thing, I thought it was an ice cream place. So I said, okay, we're gonna have a pesto ice cream, I guess. But it's not.
Oh, no. This
It's a
is a
beautiful.
corner for gourmet people because you can eat pesto, but you can eat also other specialties of our regional cuisine.
Which are?
Traditional focaccia
Oh my
is
lord.
a pasta filled with cheese and fried in deep oil.
See, I hate this. I told you, Laura, I hate this because this is lunch break here. You show me all this food, we can't eat it. Here you go. What we have here?
And these
Are panisse e friche.
What
Panisse
are
is a very ancient Genoese food made
what is
with
it?
the chicken flour.
Oh,
And
chicken flour.
is a memory from when the Genoese people go around the Mediterranean Sea and they take in Genova other tradition, also the use of the chickpeas, for example,
Wow.
and it's like a polenta, cooked
Oh,
when,
nice.
when it's cold, it's chopped and fried. Are not potatoes, but are the
Close.
traditional Genoese food.
Wow.
And we have also a lot of other things.
Fantastic.
also
So these are really typical Genovese recipe or Genovese sort of food that you
yeah,
have.
and to
Oh, what is that?
This
Go
is
down a
the
little bit. The camera can see very
emblematic
well.
di riso.
Yeah. You
torta di
lift
riso.
it up because we can't see it. Lift it up a little bit. Either lift the like that. Lower a little bit the camera. I can't see the plate. Go down. Oh, yes. What is that again?
It's a pie. It's a salted pie filled with vegetable, or in this case, filled with rice,
Nice.
and is sweet, is rich. Are street food, middle-aged street food,
Very
because
good.
people arrive in the Genoa port, and people need to eat in every time, every hour, and they need to have something to eat around the walking, or working, and these food are perfect for this use.
Oh my Lord. So good. It's so good. It's so
Now,
unfair.
you have street food everywhere, but one time it was necessary only in some places in the world.
Sure.
And
Of course, I get it.
not for case, no, hamburger is born in United
Yes.
States, or hamburger in Germany, and fish and chips in London, and
That's
also
what you
these
get.
fries in Genova are the same family of products.
Oh my God, this looks so
Of course,
tasty.
you're having a virtual taste,
Yeah,
but
it's
we
not
would
that
like to
good.
invite
The visual
all
taste
the
is not that
agents
good.
and tour operators to Genoa to taste.
This is a traditional place where people sell these products.
Hmm. Oh wow, wow. So yeah, like you said, it's just you come in, you get a slice, and you go out. You go about your business. So it's just a really street food. Fantastic, fantastic. Oh my God, this is painful.
Glass of
This is
Vermentino,
painful.
traditional wine. Uh, you have an aperitivo.
What kind of wine do you drink with this stuff? What kind of what is the best pairing when you eat this kind of stuff? What kind of
Pisco, you
wine?
want to taste one of these?
Yeah, I
It's
wish I
very,
could.
very good,
Enough.
really.
Yeah, no, thank you. I hope it doesn't
It's
go in the
very,
wrong
very
pipe.
good.
What is the right wine to drink with that, Laura? What is the right wine? You are also a sommelier. What is the right wine that you eat that that's best
So
suited to drink this stuff?
usually we drink Vermentino in Genova and in the whole Liguria, but also Bianchetta, which is typical from Genoa, and it is cultivated just next to the new bridge of Genova.
Oh wow.
The
Perfect.
bridge we are
Yes. Yes.
building
Got
in
it.
Genoa, designed by Renzo Piano. And on the hills near the new bridge, there is the cultivation of this Bianchetta
I,
Genovese.
okay, but it has to be white wine. That's what I'm guessing.
White. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Mainly we have white wines in Liguria. We have a few red wines near Sanremo, also in Genoa. In Genoa we have Cilieggiolo,
Okay.
but you drink Cilieggiolo with rabbit because we have as meat we use rabbit mainly, and then we have in Dolce Acqua near Sanremo we have Rossese, uh, which is well structured as a wine, a very good wine. But mainly we have white wines.
White wine. Awesome. Perfect. Now, I believe we have a short video that shows a little bit about the pesto making, isn't it? Okay. Let's take a look at that.
Okay.
All right. So as I said to you during the rehearsal, it doesn't just taste good, doesn't look good, but also it sounds great when they make it. It sounds like it's music. It's fantastic. Laura, before
In this video, you saw Bocca d'Asse and the House of Christopher Columbus.
perfect.
So two
Okay.
iconic places.
Two in one shot. Before actually we move forward, I wanted to ask you one thing. First, going back to Mario for a second, if it's still around, was the, we forgot to mention or to ask him if those sort of being him sort of the coordinator president of the association, the fishermen there, if the ability to actually have a fisherman experience, it's actually available. It's something that can be, so you can connect or you can be reached out and people can arrange to have that for their clients. Can
Okay.
is it possible? Hai capito?
Sì, l'esperienza in barca praticamente con tutte le persone che se vogliono venire a vedere come fa il lavoro del pescatore non c'è nessun problema.
So you can have a full immersion with our fishermen. You can go fishing with them. At what time? A che ora?
Sì, la mattina presto dalle 7 fino
Perché?
la stazione piccola fino a mezzogiorno oppure tutto il giorno.
So you can have a half a day from 7 to 12 or the whole day with the fisherman. And so you can catch swordfish or
polpi oppure
octopus,
tutti un sacco di pesci che sono qua.
The typical fishes of Liguria, of the Mediterranean
Perfect.
Sea. And you
Awesome.
can then also cook what you catch with Mario.
Tutto quello che peschiamo lo possiamo cucinare. Quindi nel senso,
Fantastic. And also I believe that's beyond the actual catching fish is the actual experience to see Genova or the coastline from the water, which has to be absolutely spectacular. Every day you get
saw
to
in
do
the
that.
first video of the post, it's really wonderful. And how many people are on the boat? For a maximum of six people
Nice.
per
Yes.
boat. So it's really a gem.
Of course, it's just a tailor-made. Thank you very much, Mario. This is great. And also, like you are, as I said, you just fit perfectly in a surrounding. And Laura, we were saying before, so we got cut off a little bit for the connection, but I think that just these two simple elements that you brought us today. One, the beautiful sort of lavish sort of architecture and decor of the palazzi, and then almost this sort of small little town feel to it, all condensed into one. It's so unusual that I think it really makes a very strong case, as we were saying in the beginning, to make Genova really a destination, not just simply a convenient place to land to visit the rest of Italy. Now, I think that we covered a lot of bases. I don't want to take too much of my time. Let me see if I see some quick questions. One was actually, yes. One was the question about, okay, you mentioned that in the beautiful palazzi, it's possible either to stay or to have events. Now, if anybody is interested in doing so, is there a way to go through your office and sort of get that connection?
Yeah, of course. You can write an email to my office, and I'm sure you can send the email to everybody. And through this email, I receive your request, and together with my staff, we address your request.
That's amazing. I mean, I don't know if you have any questions or anything to add. I mean, like, this has really been quite a treat to see the city. And once again, we haven't seen a single known pictures of the city, which is really, I think, quite remarkable. Tell the story of this beautiful city that I'm sure a lot of people are, unknown, have heard of, but really showing a side that, to me, it's worthwhile at least investigating more in terms of making it your final destinations in a trip. Now, again, I want to thank you.
You just had a few hints of what Genoa is. I mean, there are a lot of other things to show. Of course,
just even the picture behind you right now, where you can see people just walking by, just sitting leisurely on that little square / makeup sort of beach kind of thing, and then people gazing. I mean, it tells volume of what you can do in a place like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I believe we have the last videos before we say goodbye, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you want to come to Genova to see live and to organize the trips for your tour operators and so on, please write to Francesco and then to me, because I'm always there to help you to have to build the right experience for your clients.
It seemed very clear, honestly, and I cannot thank you enough. And I know our attendees would definitely appreciate that, because this level of commitment it's absolutely remarkable. So let's see quickly the video, and then I'll get back to you for the final goodbye. Okay, so let's see the video.
Okay.
You have dreamed of breathing fresh air, looking at the world from above. You have imagined the sea at your ankles. In your fantasies, you have discovered hidden treasures and walked in the greenery of timeless gardens. You have admired a city kissed by the sun, dining by the sea, caressed by the breeze. You have traveled the world in your dreams, but now is the time to really go. This summer, come to Genoa. Genoa. All you ever wanted.
All right. So if it was necessary, I think the video says it all. All you ever wanted, because in part it's actually true. Extraordinary food, beautiful architecture, great environment. Of everything has Mario waiting for you, as well as Roberto, who's of course waiting open arms. So I want to thank you once again, Laura, Assessore. Laura, thank you very much for having us. Of course, thank you, Mario. Thank you, Roberto. This concludes our webinar. To all the attendees, you will be receiving a survey. Let us know what you think of this presentation. If you want to have more information, once again, we will provide you with the contact of all the people that that need to be receiving your emails. And finally, of course, this is a cooperative effort. A lot of people are working on this, not just me blabbering for like 20 minutes. It's so I want to thank my colleague from the Toronto office, Salvatore and Sabrina, from our Los Angeles office, Fabrizio and Emanuela, and of course from New York office, Caterina, Cosmo, Marzia. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. Bye.